disconnect. So what a pretty scene. Good morning, everybody. It's the Daily Bend, and we're here in Daybreak at this beautiful lake, and there's like this little stream kind of running through. Check that out. Very cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. See, we've got a few people on already. I'm really excited about today. You don't meet too many really good young men, and I know he's a little bit, he could be a little bit nervous, but that's okay. You guys know me, I'm not a crazy guy. There's Steven right there. That's Steven Anderson. And good morning, everybody. It's a Daily Bend, and as you know, we try and bring people on to tell their stories and some of the things that have happened in their life and what they're doing about those types of things, how they're trying to help people. Let me throw this camera down a little bit there. That obviously, hopefully that, it might be backwards, but it says Defy. I couldn't find my turnaround switch. That's D-E-F-I, or Y, sorry. And again, we're here at Daybreak. It's a Daily Bend. I've tagged Steven Anderson there. His mom, Carolyn, has been on the little show. Talked about, things in her life. But again, we're telling stories. We're letting people telling their stories of triumph, tragedy, how they've come out of some of the things that have happened in their life. And here's a young 20-year-old man who's really making a difference and will make a lot of difference in the future. I kind of just open it up. Tell me a little bit. Tell me how you got to Defy. What circumstances and what challenges that you may have had got you there. People would love to hear that.
So when I was 17 years old, I was sexually assaulted in a park near my house, and that led to depression, which led to a couple suicide attempts, and I had to go to uni for about 10 days. Really kind of threw me for a loop, and just that feeling alone as a male going through something like that, I didn't feel like I had anyone there,
Right.
So with Defy, what I'm trying to do is show people that they're not alone by sharing other people's testimonials who've been through it, gotten through it, are thriving, surviving, and really just making a difference in their community.
So tell us, okay, so you were sexually assaulted. How old were you at the time? 17. Really nowhere to go. No one, obviously you had your mom, family, but not something that you really kind of talk about, or,
Yeah.
And sometimes, many times there's not a lot of justice in that as well, right?
Yep.
Take us through that kind of, how'd you pull yourself out of it? Because I know you went to uni, but uni's probably not the place where you heal.
Yeah.
What was your process kind of through that as a young 17-year-old young man? I mean, where'd that strength come from to kind of pull out of that?
So I think, with Defy, when we're sharing our testimonials, I want to hear the three things that help you the most. So the three things that really helped me get through that was, I went to group therapy for 6 months. That's 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, where we did EMDR and all sorts of different type of therapy.
So some professional therapy type stuff.
Professional therapy. Goals, like setting goals and having something to live for was a huge part. And I have a niece and nephew. They're just little. And for me, I had to survive what I went through so that I could see them grow up and get older. That's kind of really what got me going to the path of making it out.
Wow. Do you if you, I mean, when you look back at that, do you look, I mean, as a defining kind of, well, one of the defining moments in your life, how did you finally get, how did you get to Defy? I mean, what was it like was it just this, I got my strength back, that doesn't matter. What was your mindset during that time? Well, recently.
When I came up with Defy, I was actually at a coffee shop, and I was kind of just thinking of like a blog to do of people becoming successful and stuff like that. And when I sat there just for a minute, and I was like, what about people making it through those hard times and the hardships, and really just getting through what I went through,
Sure.
what many thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people have been through.
And was there a time when you went, wow, I was a victim, but now guess what?
Yeah.
I'm.
I don't really have that moment where I was like, it was a slow process.
Sure.
It's been 3 years, and I'm really just recently being okay with talking about it.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it was just like, I've been doing good. I know I've been doing good. And yeah.
So the Defy thing was just, hey, we're all gonna defy this.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of like the boat. Not we're all boat in the way, but we're gonna defy some of the challenges that come our way.
Exactly.
So you've got, kind of go this way. You've got stuff. You got swag. You got all kinds of things that you've got a. You got a website, or what kind of stuff can we look forward to?
So I do have this online store on
Okay.
the Facebook page. You can go look through there.
Your Facebook page is.
Def-
So you probably have your page, and then you have. Go ahead. Sorry.
Defy 2020.
Defy 2020. I'll put that. I'll make sure I put that up there.
Yep.
Defy 2020. What types of stuff do you have?
So
Like,
jackets, shirts, just stuff like that. What we want to do with these people's testimonials is we want to turn them into an animation just to get that visual aspect of what that looks like.
Right.
That really engaging, when you're looking at it.
right. So how will you do your testimonials? Will you do those like this, or will you do them like a blog, like they'll write what happened to them and share that, and
Yeah, so
kind of become a community, a Defy community?
Yeah, exactly like that. And it's completely anonymous if you want it to be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so you can just shoot me an email at define your story
Okay.
at gmail.com.
So DEFYN.
Yeah.
Okay. Defy.
Hard play there.
That's okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Or you can, you can always message me on Facebook or Instagram
Right.
and just send me your story, and that will be the script for the animation.
Okay.
And then from there, I would send it to a voice actor and an animator, and they would do that.
And so they'll reproduce the challenge or whatever happened,
Yep.
and how they got out of it.
Exactly.
How cool is that? How freaking cool is that? You gotta come back, or you gotta show me. We'll definitely go to the website. We'll definitely do all that stuff. But I think the most amazing thing about this young man is that he's only 20, and he's figured it out. He's figured out that things happen, but he really wants to help people kind of get through it. He kind of understands it, and maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, but
No, you're good.
you kind of figure out how you can help people, and that's a huge. Why the animation? I know that might be a stupid question, but what to you was the passion or the focus behind doing that and the animation?
So I watch a lot of animations. And
Oh, okay. You're
yeah.
an animator type of guy.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the visual aspect of it just grabs me a lot more than anything
Our
else.
wind is probably too windy. Go ahead. I'll block it. Just step up right there. Sorry about that. We're trying.
Yeah, so yeah, just the engagement that I get from watching animations, where it grasps you and you can it's more feel. You can really
Right.
get a hard hit and a feel when you're watching that, I feel like,
Sure.
you know?
So how long a process has this been since you decided, boom, I'm going to do this, and what's your process been?
It's been about 6 months. So
6 months.
I got the business going and just kind of piecing it together as I go,
Right.
And yeah.
So are you accepting, how's the business flow? How are you're obviously paying through merchandise and things like that. People can donate if they want. Is that something?
I'm working on getting that set up on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Where people can send donations in if they want to.
Okay. I'm trying to block the stuff here. Let's go to a couple questions. We're here at Very Inspirational. I can't tell who that is because on my glasses. Very proud. You got a lot of people that are pretty proud of you. I know the wind was a problem. Make sure we defy 2020. Do you, I know there's a lot, people are proud, a lot of stuff like that. Where can, so how many, have you gotten into a few stories that you've blogged out besides yours, but
I have not.
have you had people approach you yet? I think you're going to have a lot of people approach you, especially, younger folk and even older folk like me.
I have had one person approach me. I've had other people kind of,
right,
iffy about it because it's hard to share that type
Sure.
of information. But
Sure.
I have had one person who actually the other night mentioned to me that he was working on that script and he's really just going at it for me.
Awesome. So I know it's hard for people to come on. I know Stephen was, he's definitely not, he doesn't look like he's nervous, but I hope he'll come on again and share his story over and over again. I apologize about the wind. I don't have a studio and I just kind of like to do it naturally. But
That's beautiful out here.
those people that are coming on here again, that haven't been on since the beginning, just tell them quickly again, your story in a nutshell. We kind of have to repeat it a couple times because some people come and go.
All right, so yeah,
And loud and clear. Sorry.
Yeah, so when I was 17 years old, I was sexually assaulted in a park, and then that led to depression, which led to, a couple suicide attempts, and I just felt so alone during that time, being a male victim to that. Yeah, that's in a nutshell.
Tell me if you want to talk about it. Tell me about those attempts. What did you? You obviously, you say a couple times, but that last time that you tried, what were your thoughts afterwards or during that? What were your thoughts?
So the final time I tried, the only reason it was the final time,
Right.
was because my mom got me to uni.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
Gotcha.
I probably wouldn't be here right now.
So uni actually worked.
Uni.
Because a lot of times people at uni sometimes it gets a bad rap. It's needed.
Yeah,
but
it didn't really calm me down, but it put me where I needed to be for a minute.
Sure.
Where I couldn't hurt myself and I couldn't do anything to myself, and they
Right.
were constantly watching us, and
right.
so it's hard, but it was
Right.
necessary for the time.
His mom and I spoke during the time of what was happening to you, and what was unfortunate, and I know you can't see my face, and that's okay, but what was unfortunate is she was very distraught about how there wasn't much help for teenagers. We have teenagers and people in the suicidal arena. We have places for addictions like, drug addiction, stuff like that. But to place someone in maybe a home or something like that, or in a community that's going through maybe some suicidal issues, there's not a whole lot out there.
No.
And you have to put them in a drug addiction type of center for, $30,000 a month to help people. So that's one of the passions down the road that I want to kind of tackle because there's not a whole lot out there.
Yeah, the place I actually went to, they actually combined us. So it was addiction with suicide or sexual assault or, whatever the other issues were. So we were all together, which caused a lot of adversity.
Did it?
Among us, yeah.
How did you work through that? I mean, nothing. How did you work through that?
Well, for me,
Because putting you with addicted, with drug addiction is kind of a different type of thing.
yeah, it's two different scenarios.
Right,
and
right.
Situations particularly. But as far as dealing with it, I was only with those people, for about an hour, because they were usually intensive inpatient care,
Right,
which
right.
is 7 hours a day in the morning, so they can get schoolwork and everything else done.
Right,
So, but I mean, they're still great people. They still have great stories,
right, right.
But yeah, and I think eventually, like just after I left, they did get another building to separate. But
Oh, did they?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so people are working on it, but it's there.
It's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
It's definitely an issue. Definitely a hole in this system where, excuse me, that's not Corona. I always say it. It's not. It's definitely an issue and a hole that I know a lot of people within the whole suicide movement are trying to rectify, because there really isn't anywhere for, obviously you have therapy and things like that. People
Yeah.
can go to counselors or talk it out or whatever, but it's certainly close to, I think, everybody's heart. One of the questions I had, I don't know if anybody, I should have brought my glasses. Will Stephen be doing outreach at high schools and middle schools in the future? Great question from, I can't see if that's Susan or Susan Miller. Okay, that's a good question. That's the first question.
Yeah,
Loud and clear.
yeah. I would love to be able to go and speak in high schools or my high school.
Right.
I think the main target audience I would want to approach is people that are actually in those therapy environments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yes, that's a big yes. Will Stephen be doing? We already got that one. And what are the three things that helped him? I couldn't hear because of the wind. Sorry about the wind. I know. What are the three things?
Try to block.
We'll
it.
scoot you up a little bit right here. I know that's in your face, but
Yeah.
let me scoot you up right there, and I'll try and block the wind. There we go.
So the three things that helped me the most were going to the therapy, intensive inpatient therapy for 6 months. That did stabilize me to where I wasn't having those suicidal thoughts or anything like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then goals were a huge one for me too. Just having something to move and look forward to, and have.
Sure.
But the first thing that ever got me on the path to recovery was my niece and nephew. I really wanted to see them live and grow older and just watch them grow up and get excited about watching them grow up.
Well, now you're going to have an opportunity to have your own kids and watch
Yeah,
them
yeah,
grow up.
yeah, right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So niece and nephew were an inspiration. Now potentially, down the road with kids yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
That's awesome. So we're Defy 2020 is the web, all up and running, ready to go, all that kind of stuff. That's a part of your blog, and that's a part of. So if anybody wants to reach out to you, they can reach out here on Facebook.
Yep.
To you personally,
Yep.
Stephen Anderson, and then also to the Defy. I think I like that as well. That's the Facebook page.
Yep.
Right.
And then the Gmail.
You have a Gmail.
Yeah, the
Define
with your story at
Okay.
Gmail.
Your story at Gmail. Are you an Instagrammer too,
Yep,
or
I-
you're on Instagram as Stephen Anderson, or as Defy?
It's as Defy.
Nice, and it's DEFY. Okay, kind of cool. We got swag. He's got swag going. What a bright future. What a way to help people. So you're going to grab people that want to share their story.
Yes.
It's a little bit different than being on camera. So hopefully people will come out and will come forward and do that, because
Absolutely.
they don't have to, like you are. Some people want to tell their story very visibly and vocally, and then other people want to just do it for therapy, to kind of behind the scenes.
Exactly.
But so you'll take their story and make it into an animated story.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That is so cool. That is really, and then what's cool about that, I was just thinking about that. What can happen with that is they could save that, and obviously as they get older,
Show it.
they can show their children and show their friends and
Absolutely.
show everything. That's something that'll last forever.
Absolutely.
Man, you know what, dude, this guy's got it going on, man. I'm telling you.
Wind's kind of calming down.
Yeah, it's good. Wind's kind of getting there. I appreciate everybody watching. I know that the camera's tilted. There's a lot of wind, and we're here watching the Daily Bend with Steven Anderson Stevens. Young, ready to go. Had a couple challenges, and probably have more challenges in life, but he's stepping forward to actually make something happen and help people out. And that, I mean, dude, I think we need to find a way to. I really want to. I hope you'll come back. We'll do it somewhere where it's not windy. But as you start to get your animation going and the stories going, I'm definitely going to buy some swag, some shirts, and whatever else. But I'd love to follow, what you're doing and how you're doing it, and love to be a part of it. If we'll even, my foundation will donate a little bit to your effort as well to help you out. I know
awesome.
You might need it. We always need a little bit of money to get going.
Yeah.
Maybe an appeal to anybody out there, kind of look in the camera and kind of bare your heart a little bit. Just, hey, come defy
Yeah.
with me, kind of something like that.
Yeah.
What's your, if that's something that, just give everybody an appeal in your own words, why you're doing what you're doing and why you'd love to have people a part of it.
I'm doing what I'm doing just so people can not feel so alone in this world where we're so disconnected from each other,
Right.
You don't hear a lot about everything going on. That's super serious. The news kind of mitigates what they want to hear.
Sure.
So,
Go ahead if
Yeah.
you're still going more.
so yeah, just come defy with us. Tell us your testimony. Get the ball rolling, really.
Right. And is there what's the cost related to them doing the animation, or is there a cost?
There's no cost to them.
No cost.
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's super.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely you need donations.
Yeah.
So we'll post. So if I don't, make sure you get on, because I tagged you, I've tagged your mom, and make sure that you go on and just tag. I'll make sure I record it and all that kind of stuff. And let's say maybe in another 3 months, I'd love to have you back on
Absolutely.
again. Amazing young man. I was so excited to when I heard about it. Your mom kind of told me about what was going on, and I was just like, wow, for somebody. I mean, there's not 50-year-olds that are doing that. So, for you to be young and you can connect with the younger generation. I mean, I don't, and there's other people that don't, but you can connect with that younger generation and even connect with the older generation. I mean, how fun would it be, to have your story, in animation, your challenge, your, thing that got you out of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that, and it'll last for a long time. So, any last words, any defying words from the founder?
Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. I like all the messages coming through. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well,
Yeah.
thanks everybody. I appreciate you guys watching today. I know it was windy, and I appreciate everybody watching. We got quite a day today. So it's Steven this morning, and then this afternoon, I've got a lady by the name of Jill London coming on she's written 2 books, and we can chat for a second about it. She's in her, I believe she's in her 40s. Not that matters, but she's gone through some issues in her life as well, and she wrote a book. She's writing books about it.
Awesome.
So you're animating and letting people test, and we're gonna have her on this afternoon at 1 o'clock. So if anybody's out and about, want to watch, hey, you guys watch Joe Rogan for 3 hours. You can watch us for a half hour, 45 minutes, right? Exactly. You're welcome anytime, and any message you ever want to put out or let me help, you can post it on my page.
Awesome.
Anytime, please. Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for Steven, and thanks for everybody watching. Everybody have a good day. We'll see you at 1
ya.
o'clock.